Come along with us as we check out Summit Racing's latest catalog cover car, this 1969 Satellite with an elephant under the hood. If you've ever worked on cars for any amount of time, you've probably collected at least a few spare parts along the way. Maybe it's an extra set of brake pads or a couple of spark plugs, and then there's always that old coffee can full of nuts and bolts on the workbench. Of course, those bits and pieces are easy enough to work around. But for Dave Hart, owner of this awesome 1969 Plymouth Satellite, his pile of spare parts was about the size of an elephant engine, that is. That's right. This mighty Mopar was built around an original 426 Hemi that Dave just happened to have sitting around in his garage gathering dust. Let's take a look around this car and then go for a ride in Summit Racing's latest cover car. Since the elephant's already out of the bag, let's start under the hood. Originally equipped with a slant 6, Dave's B-body received a serious horsepower injection when he dropped in the 426 from his dad's 1970 Hemi Cuda. According to Dave, the Cuda's engine was pulled in pursuit of more horsepower, and the Hemi ultimately found its way into his garage, where the engine sat on a stand for years. Eventually, temptation got the best of him, and well, here it is. But Dave didn't stop there. The Hemi sports an upgraded Scat forged crankshaft, forged pistons with NASCAR connecting rods, and one rowdy camshaft. It's all topped with a set of custom heads and a Holley HP EFI system. And who could miss that Vortech blower mounted right up front? All that thrust is sent through a Chrysler 727 transmission to a strange S60 rear end equipped with a limited slip. It's turning a set of old school 63 series wheels from Wheel Vintiques. Up front, those wheels are wrapped in a set of 235 BF Goodrich radial TAs, and out back, Dave has chosen a slightly wider pair of 275 Mickey Thompson ET Streets for improved grip at the drag strip. That supercharged roar comes courtesy of a custom bent 3-inch exhaust system finished with a pair of Dynomax UltraFlow mufflers. All in, Dave estimates this setup is good for around 850 horsepower, which should be more than enough to put this satellite into orbit. And to help keep the Mopar glued to the pavement, Dave installed a set of custom subframe connectors, upgraded torsion bars, and Bilstein Shocks all the way around. Inside, the Satellite stays true to the original with a fresh white vinyl interior and a few performance upgrades, including a Holley digital dash, plus an AutoMeter tachometer with a shift light. It's the perfect combination of comfort and old school performance, ideal for weekend cruises with the family and driving events like Hot Rod Drag Week. And speaking of cruising, I think it's time to get behind the wheel with Dave and take this thing for a drive. So unlike a lot of builds, this started with an engine first and a car second. So tell us a little bit about the backstory of the Hemi under the hood, and then kind of how the Satellite came into the picture.
Yeah, no problem. My dad in 1970 ordered a brand new Hemi Cuda, and when he took delivery of it, it was only for about 6 weeks driving it around. Then he wrecked into a building, driving high speed to work as a young guy. Just not as careful as he should have been, going too fast, right? Got a low option 71 so that he could race super stock. The motor from his 70, he kept most of the parts of that and bought a over-the-counter block, I believe also in 70, the block's tagged 1969, so that he can assemble a super stock motor, put it in a 71 and drag race.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, well, it was an awesome plan, but then in the same time frame he got married, and then in 1974 I came along. So like most hot rodders, that's when the hot rod takes a backseat to family, and it wasn't until 1991 or 92 that he finally got that Hemi bolted together and running in his 71 Cuda.
Now, what about the rest of the car? So you had the engine. Where did the Satellite come into play?
Yeah, the Satellite, Dad actually upgraded his 426 into a 605, all aluminum motor.
Race car stuff.
Yeah, yep. Still streetable, but it's 811 horsepower on pump gas. And the 426 set on the sidelines, just sort of waiting for the future. Well, I didn't know it, but he planned to give it to me. He gave it to me, and I put it in my garage. And what an awesome piece of garage art.
Yep. You can just tell when it comes into it.
Yeah.
How, like 5 to 8 pounds?
Right now, at the very top, like 7,000 RPM 9. So the stall is somewhere around 45 to 5, and right there is maybe 6 or 7 pounds.
Tell us about, going on a drag and drive and how you liked it, kind of the experience, and what's your plans for the future? Are you going to do more?
Yeah, I love the opportunity to get the car out on the streets, and also love drag racing. I do like car shows. It's sort of fun seeing all the cars, but I'm just dying to hear them run and dying to ride in them. So it's like a rolling car show, drag week, and it's of the genre that I love the most. Too much power, but streetable.
Dude, this thing is so well mannered.
It's a great cruiser on drag week, the super long drives. I even keep the supercharger belt hooked up, and we're just cruising. And it's got a sweet spot at 63-4 miles an hour. It just sounds amazing, and you can cruise for hours because it's just such an awesome drone and feel of the motor.
It sounds so, again, it's just so well mannered.
Yeah, it's hard to dial that in, especially being a hot rodder. You want to go over the top, but having the power of over the top, but restrained enough to be able to talk to your buddy sitting beside you. In high school, my nickname was Mopar. In fact, I bet a lot of my buddies from high school don't know me by any other name.
That is awesome.
Even a few girls thought that was my name. So definitely started hardcore with Mopars in the passenger seat of Dad's Cuda, and then out on the back roads of Southern Ohio, riding with Dad, and remember him doing burnouts and first gear launches out in the country. I think that fundamentally I'm a car guy, and I have been since really deep-rooted a car guy since 9th grade, and that's what pushed me into engineering. I wanted to work on cars, wanted to work for one of the big three, and I didn't end up having a career path in that direction, but I knew mechanical engineering would allow me to have the skills, the foundation smarts to do anything I wanted to a car.
Man, what a heck of a ride. Thanks for taking us around, Dave. This thing's a ball to drive around in. It's such a cool car. Now, make sure to check this thing out on the latest Summit Racing catalog or on our blog, onallcylinders.com. And punch that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the cool content on our YouTube channel, like vehicle builds like this, tool reviews, and so much more. So until next time, I'm Justin with Summit Racing. We have Dave here, and thanks for watching.